He's a bricklayer, but his trowel is in his hand most of his working life. They spread the mortar so that it comes to the right thickness. Then he lays it, keeping it level with his line. Every now and then he checks the straightness of his wall with his plumb level. Bricks must be well and truly laid, and a course of bricks must run straight. In the meantime, mortar is being mixed, and the builder's labourer collects it. There are a number of different trades in building: plasterers, painters, carpenters, scaffolders and labourers. Every brick laid and every job done by the other workers is planned to turn the architect's design into a building. Detailed plans are prepared, for houses must be constructed carefully and accurately. As the walls go up, the rest of the work should keep pace with them. When they're working on a double wall, Jack lays the outer wall, while another bricklayer builds the inside one. The men work together as a team to get the job done efficiently.
So this morning what we're doing is we're bringing the build up to damp, and we've got a load of trench blocks in first. I actually need more trench blocks. I'm 40 short, and then I've got to pick another pack of blues up, which I'm going to get that as well. I'm going to get a couple of concrete lintels. I'm also going to get those from Hughes Gray. That's where I'm on my way now. We're going to get ourselves up to damp. We're then going to get a load more because the clients decided to bring the patio right up to the threshold. Unfortunately we did the dig, so it was going to be 150mm step, because that's what the client wanted originally, but now they want it flush, which is fine. But we're just going to make the ground up with a load of MOT, so I've got to get that organised and get a further 10-ton dropped off by John Hughes Haulage. Definitely check out John, he's really good on the prices. Our 6F2 we get from Mickey Jordan, because it's just really cost effective on that when we get 16-ton dropped off. In hindsight, if we'd have known what we'd have known, we'd have just got a load of 6F2 in first, but you know, it is what it is, it's life, isn't it? And you know, the MOT isn't that much more expensive. Right, so off we go. We're going to get off and crack on and get to the merchants, and then we're going to get loaded up and get back so the lads can crack on. So don't want to hold the brickies up too expensive for you brickies out there. There you go, lads.
Living the dream.
Living the dream. We need a pack of perforated blues, 65mm. We also need 2 concrete lintels and then 40 trench blocks. So let's go and get them. Hey, oh, it's a beautiful morning. Lintels, 600s. 2, please, mate. Yeah, 40 trench blocks, mate.
Right then, that's all that done.
Lovely, thanks, mate. Go ticket for you guys.
On its way.
Keep them happy. Got a lot of gear, look at all this. Absolutely loads and loads of gear here, isn't they? Absolutely loads. I've always wanted a builder's merchant, you know. Be cool having a builder's merchant, wouldn't it, Tom?
Yeah.
Do you know, I'm just thinking actually, Tom, what would you call it? Love it, Tom. Getting an old now. We're going for a leaf in the barrow, ain't we, Pete?
That's it.
But we don't want to chip them at the same time, you see.
That might be good. Oh, Tom.
Oh no.
God, we used to really like you, Tom.
You know, so I've walked away from that barrow. I'll be hobbling with the barrow.
Next time you follow Tony into the buildings base, just to take the go, Mr. Renard, other claims true.
I love it.
They're near enough nil perfect on the internals, which is always reassuring.
That's nice,
so that's all
isn't it?
good. Anything I did notice.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's offset. We can't come that way off the steel because it'd create a funny
keep
step,
it line.
wouldn't it? So
Just keep it line,
so that's going to
Keep the
have to just
whole thing
line through.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks all pretty straightforward, don't it?
Pretty good, yeah. And then that's that other steel coming across there, isn't it? That other room, you know, this stud work here. Looking at it, it actually comes over here.
According to the drawing, there is damn it, it's 3.5 metres. So do you want to just quickly?
Yeah, so pretty much. It
What's
comes
where
to
does-
lie here, buddy. You see, it's catching the end of these, I think.
Okay.
And obviously, we can discuss it. Let's get that wall up there first. At the moment, it's coming about here, I think, mate.
Just hold it roughly in line where your steel starts, because it says 3.5 metres on the drawing. Well, where our wall's going to finish, actually 3.5 metres.
Ah, right. Okay.
That's the internal
other
measurement.
side of the steel here, then, mate, like this.
Yeah.
So that's
So
basically
we might
where
have to
these
pinch
end
it.
of these rafters are here, yeah?
So we might have to
we
pinch it a little bit.
no, so what we could do is just pinch this way, yeah?
Yeah.
And we could actually then pick up the end of all, because all these ceiling joists are pretty much level all the way through. What we could do is take the nails out all the way along, then ping it, get absolutely dead straight, and then that's where that wall can go, and it can then pick up and we jiffy hanger each of these, can't we? Cut all this off, and then we'll get a string line all the way through on these ceiling joists, and we'll then cut them lovely and straight. So basically when we put the stud wall up, we can actually build it slightly higher. If the stud wall was more this way, then we could actually put the end of these rafters, the ceiling joists, sorry, the end of these ceiling joists, we could actually then put them on top of the wall, can't we?
Right.
But we're not doing that because of the measurement that Neville and Collect want from there, which is 3 metres 500 or something like that. isn't
Yeah,
it?
3 metres 500.
Yeah, so obviously we've got to do to that.
Is it worth maybe just having a discussion with him and seeing if we can
Definitely, yeah, what I'm saying, because he might turn around and say, well, actually, I'm quite happy to tweak it in and then just go with that line there. So, in other words, they lose, say, 50, 60 mil here, 100 mil, and we just put the 42 there, can't we?
Yeah, 'cause it
Because
might
at the end
make
of the
that
day,
jump.
it's only going to be 100 mil difference, isn't it? First one, you got that. You got, what do you want, a laser plumb?
To be fair, I've got no bits here at the moment, so we have to do it with just 6 foot level bits downstairs.
And then what I would do then is screw this one then on top of that one, buddy,
Yeah.
like that.
We might have to nail the first sole plate, then screw the second one on top of it. 'Cause we might not be able to-
definitely what we'll do is you can cut this one to where it needs to come here, Pete. Plumb that down,
Yeah.
yeah. Cut that and then put the longer piece down. So basically you're crossing the joint with another timber.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then we can put a double sole plate up here, can't we?
Okay, no worries.
Away. But yeah, I would just stick that down with high grab, mate. But definitely wherever this plumb is here.
But the thing is though, we said we were going to have to move the 4x2 over slightly to allow for the 27mm insulated board and dam. That's what I was saying to you. Do we want to start just along this bit? Do we want to use slightly thicker timber to allow for that?
Oh yeah, no, we'll just plant onto the side of it.
Okay, so let's run it in line with this.
Running along with that, and then just plant on the side of the couple of bits of timber.
Okay, sounds good. So the outside, the external.
Is there?
Okay, so I'll plumb down from this point here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. No problem.
And then what you can do is then put the long piece. So basically, once you put this offcut here, it'll then stretch to this joint. Then when it
yeah, that's absolutely that's no problem. Okay, that's cool. Sounds good.
Where we're at the moment, the guys are getting on really well. They're getting all the block work on the inner leaf, and you can see they're doing all the return this morning. What we're going to actually do now is they're going to carry on all the way around. Once they've then done that and go up to the six course, isn't it? We've got high six. So once they've now done that, they'll then jump on the outside. That'll allow us then to come onto the inside and get it all fully stoned. We've got one more slurry to do here. We've done the slurry over there now on that other steel. So what it means is that we're not going to get in their way. I'll then come in from the office on Friday morning, come here Friday afternoon. I'll then get them loaded out all the way around with a load of 7 Newton solids. We'll have got the insulation arriving this afternoon, so it's just keeping it going. Pete's upstairs doing the timber work now, cracking on with that, so it's going really, really well. And then I've got to phone John Hughes Haulage to get 10 tonne of stone here, so we can run that in next week as well. So when do you reckon for the stone, Pete? Do you reckon we should just run with it on Monday morning?
Yeah, and to be fair, if it has to sit there for half a day, it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter, mate, no.
I'll do that then.
Yeah. Well, I can bring this stone in myself if need. You carry on with the thing.
And Barra?
Oh, it don't matter. Hey, again guys, it's been a really good week. Bill and Alice have been smashing this out literally yesterday, got all the inner block work all the way up, all the way around, which I'm really pleased about all the way around. Started to build that steel in, and then the next day they're just now running all of the 7 Newton block work all the way around. So they're absolutely smashing it. I'm really pleased. And then obviously we've got it all taped and clipped in. We've stepped back then the 25mm on the cavity closers. We've got a 1500 opening here. This is 3.6 on the return. We've got then a window going in over here, a window going in over here as well. So yeah, really cool. It's coming together beautifully. And we're just loading out now for the inner, so as they drop off the outside today, we're going to then get the outside then G-decked all up, then start loading out for that to get it up to, because it's all coming to this height here on the floor joist, onto the bottom there. You can probably see, if I point to it, just there. So yeah, so it's really cool. Pete's upstairs, he's putting his stud work up, he's doing a great job here. Pete, I've just looked at that. I think we're just going to put another bit of 4x2 at the top up there, haven't we? Supporting the purlin, I think.
Yeah, double up.
Just that. And then you can see where we're supporting the purlins, you can see we put a double sole head plate, and then we put a double sole plate, and then we've obviously then got some upright strengthening and king posts in to then support then through, all the way through then underneath then the actual purlin line. So it's absolutely solid. And that's actually been then supported off the steel, which is there as well. So it's going really well. We're starting to pull it together. I'm just going to give the measurement of this steel all the way across now to this point. So that's going to get done. And then we've got a steel then having to connect. You can probably see there the steel flange just down there. Got to connect and come this way. Got to take this joist out. And then when this steel comes across, then we'll then throw a steel from this position here, steel that way and steel that way, and that'll then pick up all these floor joists. And then we can take all of these acros out, except for the top bits up here, just all the bottom ones, which will be really good. And then we're going to start concreting all the floor here. So we'll have a bit of a clear out in here, and then once we've done that, we'll then get this concreted. Once we've got this concreted, we'll get the towers, put the 3 towers that we've got all the way along here, and then we'll actually start stripping this. We won't put scaffold up in here because it will just hold us up from putting it up and then stripping it down. With the towers, it'll make it a lot quicker and easier. And we've got a water tank arriving the end of this week, so when it arrives at the end of the week we can actually then start to get that done. We can actually probably look at getting the concrete base in there in the next couple of days. So I'll keep you updated, just crack on. Right, this, you got to remember guys, this is now you got to be careful when you're unveiling it, because I did this before, lifted a ply sheet and nearly fell in.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Well, shovel just to get rid of that little bit of hardcore.
The Hedgehog Society are watching, just in case we've got some dead hedgehogs in there. I'd hate to see a dead hedgehog in there, but I was checking
do you want to just get this closest one off, or do you want to take them both off?
No, I only need to take one off, mate.
Okay, which one do you want to take off?
Take this one in, mate. Don't stand on the edge like that, mate, please. You're making me very worried now, Peter.
Absolutely fine.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah,
so
hold
you put it on camera now, so he falls in.
Yeah.
I was absolutely fine at the time.
That's it, hold my beer and watch this.
I think you'd be back up with that feet.
Yeah, it's about 8 foot.
We're going to shovel with it.
No, no, we're
I feel like a council worker sitting down there watching.
Do you know what? You've a boss.
No, that's you can't. You have to set an example piece here, see.
Do you? Oh, wait, well, we're
I'm waiting for it.
No, we're done now. It's done. Oh, blast. Oh, no, I was going to shuffle.
No, this is typical, isn't it?
Oh, God, I was going to do it. Oh,
So we're going to be able to lift this then, are we?
yeah, come on then.
Oh, that's quite a gap there, isn't it? What's that, Pete?
We need to drag it back. Yeah, we need to drag it back
Is that a
on.
ply sheet? No, it's not a ply sheet, that's the thing.
It's this
We need to
feet.
drag it back, don't we, mate? Get some more. That's it. 1, 2. That's it. Together.
Tell you what, should we just
Teamwork, mate.
just do that? And we can just flip it onto the other one.
No, put it down, mate.
Yeah. There you go.
Right.
Well,
Quite deep, innit? That was...
Tell you what, you don't really need a water tank putting in, do you? You just leave it like that.
That's 2.5 metres deep, that is.
Jesus.
That is deep, and it's full of water now.
Yeah.
So we're going to do is pump that out over to there. Let's get the pump set on the pipe then, mate.
Okay, no worries.
We're not getting too close to this, obviously. Do that like that. There we go. Get that solid if we move it. Put the hose in there, job done. I'm hoping what Pete says, we're okay. We're deep enough. Look at that, mate. I told you.
Yeah. Down. Yeah, that'll be fine, that will.
That's it, so that's holding all that up. That's lovely. Just let that do its thing, mate, now.
Yeah, get in.
Boom, done. We're draining the rest of the tank hole because obviously we've got a water tank going in here. So once we finish draining that off, we can then level the ground off. I can then just Hessian wrap the bottom of it because I'm going to dig out any of the loose spoil. We've obviously had a little bit of a collapse at the side here. I'm quite happy to go in and just do a little bit of excavation. Once I've done that, I'll then put the Hessian then down. I've then got some ratchet straps going in. I'm going to concrete them in. And the reason I'm doing that is because then I know I can ratchet strap my tank in, even though I'll fill it with water. It's just then as I'm flooding the concrete round, I know it's not going to move or the pipe was going to stay solid. So that's the way I'm going to approach it, because the recommendation is that we flood all concrete all the way around. But I won't actually put the concrete in until I actually pour the foot in here, because then I've got one pump doing two jobs, doing the water tank, putting all the concrete around that, but then also putting the base of the concrete floor in there as well. So I hope you guys are having a really good day, because it's just been really, really good this week so far. That's why I use a half-cut shovel, because after about 20 minutes of doing a full shovel, you start to feel the pain. So this, I'll just keep going. Now, you're probably thinking, oh my god, Titan's really deep, and I've been doing this now for 25 years, and yes, it could collapse, but the one thing I always do before I get into a trench always look at the edges, see if there's any cracks. Now, because I know this has been full of water, that means the clay is full of water and then swelled up, so it's not going to go. The time I always find you get collapses is when you get extremes of hot weather, load of water, hot weather, and all of a sudden the expansion contraction then starts to give you like hairline cracks. You can see it's like slightly flaked here, like that, and that's what I look for. Now if it was way up here and I could move it, see, the other thing is I check all this all the way around, and I can't move any of it now. Obviously if it was loose, the first thing I do is get up there, get my shovel in and then pull it away. But I can tell all the way around here, lovely and solid. And look, this is actually a lighter clay, which is even stronger. It's actually got some bits of stone to it as well. Look, you can see, look, that's a bit of stone in there. So all I'm going to do now is just level off that, level off this, and then I'm going to put the white blanket in, and then I'm going to actually pour then my concrete today, so I'm ready to go. I'm going to use these to hold the straps down. You know what I mean? So I'm going to use those. I'm going to put a layer of Hessian in, then put the straps in, tag those down in each corner because I want to be able to cross them over like that. So that'll be it. Boom. I feel like I'm going to catch a pig now in the woods, you know what I mean?
Hey?
Well, I'm setting my trap. I feel like I'm going for wild boar here. Put the stakes in, you know, Predator or one of those films where he puts a stake in the bottom of the pit. And the next thing, the pig runs along and then falls in it, and that's it, you've got it. Why make life that difficult? What I'm going to do, put the feet underneath the cloth, not on the cloth. I know where the hole is, pretty much. I'm not using the dirty end. What I'm going to do is just evenly push it down where I want it to go. There we go, look at that. What I'll do is I'll lay another sheet, but before I do that I'm going to put my straps in now. I'm going to put one in each of the corners, lie it down, and I'm going to pin it. And then what I'll do, when this one goes that way, I'll put a couple of pegs in there, pins in there, just to hold that back. I'm going to put the other Hessian through, cut a little hole through, they'll come up, then everything gets concreted in. Nice and solid, it means I can ratchet across that way and across this way. Woo! So what I've done is I've got 200 ml of concrete. You've just seen me tampering it then, and what it means now, I've got a nice flat base, and all I'm going to do now is just pull the straps to where the cylinder's 1200 in diameter, or just under, it's about 1180. And what I've done is I've made them about 1300 to where the straps on outer, so I have a little bit of movement either side of this chamber. That means I can pull it over, strap it down really well, then fill it with water just to make sure I'm really happy with it. But I'm really pleased with that now. But I won't pour the concrete all the way around the cylinder, on top of the cylinder, until I've actually got it here filled with water, and then I'm actually pouring the concrete in there, because one pump will do 2 jobs then, save a bit of money. Happy days.
Every week on Friday, the pay is brought to the site and all the workers collect their money. This week, Jack's earned £7 5 shillings. His basic wage is about £6. The rest is bonus for the number of bricks he's laid. Most weeks he gets between £7 and £9.